Do the person you like want to be with you? Please choose the most responsive healing card from the following by first intuition to get a super detailed answer. Okay, first let's look at the friends who drew the first group. You drew the upright King of Wands and the upright Temperance card. The political commissar who was bullied, the greasiness of the health bar, along with the upright Six of all wars. So first of all, the other party has feelings for you, and it's a very good emotional development, which can be double locked. Very good. First of all, let me discuss about the beginning of the emotion.
This might
the
be
key
a
line is so
description
long.
of Sean
The feeling
Juan.
this card gives me is that the two of you definitely have some feelings for each other. More often than not, there's this feeling of deep thought and staying put. So I think the key now is mostly likely to remain friends. In this kind of relationship status, the other party may be slightly older than you or think more maturely than you, so their attitude towards feelings may not be. But after all, it's a fire element, still has a certain fondness. Speaking of his thoughts, these three cards drawn. These are the secret flavors of the tomato sauce dish. The upright position of the Provincial Cup 7 and the reverse of the Sword 8. These three cards give me the feeling of being in a good mood at the same time. Above the curiosity, the other party's attitude towards feelings is still a bit confused and dare not try. Let's talk about the feelings corresponding to each card. First of all, this fate is represented by saying, he just went through a breakup or got hurt in past relationships, so his current attitude towards love and thoughts about you are, there is no particular waste, more of a bit confused state because of what? If it is the remaining sadness strike, he might be also not knowing what kind of emotion you really want. So to say, when he meets someone he likes a bit, he tends to have this kind of King of Wands feeling. If you are in a calm and undisturbed state, then the inverted Eight of Treasure also represents that he is very easy to limit himself in his feelings and dares not to kiss. The real thought towards you is a kind, you guys want to try. Well, it's not the right time yet, but what have you got in your future developments? You guys got a full barrier 6 reward. It's good that there may still be some 2 gender particles between you two. There's this kind of wanting to be in love idea. The attractiveness of fire elements in general is quite pure. This favoritism, once you fully understand it, as long as you two emotionally get closer, it is. Then I said I want to be with you. I've decided. I want to confess. I want to have you. No matter what, true temperament, being able to express yourself in this situation. So I want to be with the fireplace. Good bat must be loud. The 6 fingers are pointing and tapping to lock in a very strong emotional energy. Although from the current situation, it may still be a bit hidden, but I believe that deep down, there is no doubt that there are positive feelings. However, deep down in his heart, there are some things that need his guidance. The fear and limitations in the relationship that need to be healed. If you hope he can recover quickly, get rid of this limitation, and go for self-healing as soon as possible, you can directly go to the fan group to find the teacher to do the other party's this McLaren clear. Actually, it can achieve very good adjustment and healing. Generally speaking, I think at present, the other party's status, both sides are still, but we haven't reached the right time yet. We're not in a good state. So I think the attitude towards this relationship can take its time. I think the other person is still someone you can get along with and understand. If you want to go further, can he possibly be your mate in the future development between you two? You can accelerate your relationship process by directly entering the fan group and find the teacher to further cool down based on your personal situation. So, the friends who drawn the second set of cards, you got the Mystery of the Devil card. This is for you, the King.
You who drew the Wheel of Fate.
Make it like a sequence. As for the reverse Justice card, let me first describe your current relationship status. Your current status is a reverse Devil card. This card will also go to Victoria. Whether it's crush or overt love or ambiguous love, there's still a sense of distance. And from the current relationship, it makes me feel that the crewmates should first, in a relationship, you want to escape this feeling. There's definitely affection now, but like this, or for me, it's quite uncomfortable. This state of liking makes it hard for you to truly be yourself and unleash your energy. So if right now, in such a situation, you must provide accurate feedback to me and adjust your own life state. Otherwise, if it continues, it might be because of this relationship. It's delaying your normal life rhythm and trajectories. Let's talk about his real thoughts about you with these 3 cards. The positions of the King of the Holy Grail, the Wheel of Fortune, and the health teacher all together. I would think the person you like has a bit. And also during the process of getting along, there's a feeling of suspense because this is popular divination, meaning there's a lot of energy. I will mention a few scenarios now. If you want to confirm precisely, you can directly enter the fan group to find the teacher for a one-on-one detail. The first situation is that in the past, it was the devil's faction. Corresponds to the triangular relationship or the occurring triangular relationship. This kind of relationship, but the 2 people haven't really been together, but the other party is particularly easy. It gives people a kind of misunderstanding, creating an illusion. So it's very likely that he is the kind of person who talks nice but doesn't take action. This is the first kind of negative energy. So the second type is that 2 people actually belong to each other. The people who can chat, but the appearance of the devil's party is a warning that there may be more than one person chatting with him. There are others who can replace you. The feeling of chatting or flirting, or rather a pleasant conversation to him, is more like companionship and a way to pass the time. But I can see he definitely likes you to a certain extent, but it might be hard for him to give you the same response or pay the same amount as you do. So it's mostly about feelings, which are kind of hard to endure, I think. So in the beginning, I would advise you all to adjust your state of mind in accordance with future developments, because I think, actually, I don't really have the idea of wanting to date you, at least not now. Instead, I feel like I'm struggling to weigh the pros and cons. The decision between dating or staying single, it's kind of a dilemma. But for now, he might also have a superficial liking for you. The joy of this way of getting along, but I think if you really like this person, you should take some distance, because it's possible, maybe from his current affection for you and the current situation, he may not be very suitable for you to rely on, suitable for you to pay a lot. Then let you go to the person who's changing the result. If you are worried about the result of the public energy, it actually can't be very good. Specifically targeting the relationship between you, don't worry about being not precise. If you've been given up on a good relationship, you can go directly into the fan group to find the teacher for a one-on-one interaction. But if this deck of cards already fits you well and you have realised it, I suggest you go directly to see your own deck of cards. Actually, for you, more results, more direct. Then the person who grabbed the third set of cards, let's take a look at what you grabbed. Is it the one with the power wine? Happy with a righteous heart? Commissioner of the new Emperor Knight. The political commissar of the Hanged Man. Firstly, let's look at what you're currently focusing on. Based on the current situation, the card drawn is an inverted Nine of Swords. This group really gives a kind of secret crush vibe, because the Nine of Swords represents that you might be observing carefully. I'm interested in him, but I'm too shy to take the initiative. I don't dare to confess, but in my heart I feel that he's not bad. I think I quite like him, and I've been caring for him silently. Just go silently. And this card might make you a bit scared to take the initiative for fear of emotional harm, and also afraid to confess or take it a step further. You're in a state of rejection, so right now, however, if you feel that there is a certain distance or that it's a bit far, not so intimate, not so close, please make sure to feed back accurately to me, because the other party's thoughts and developments are next. I'm very good at understanding your real thoughts. Looking at these 3 cards, then the new closed revelation of the upright position. As for the position of the Hanged Man, actually I would think he doesn't know you deeply. There is still a strong sense of distance between the two. Like each is in their own sphere, in their own lives, in their own... That is, in your work and study state, each of you feels beautiful doing your own thing, but you may have been paying attention to it for a while. However, if you steal this card from someone, neither of you dares to take the initiative, even if it is further away because of the public divination. There is a kind of energy that says the two of you. There isn't much interaction between the two of you, it's quite superficial. This kind of situation also exists. You really say he has a liking thought for you and a love thought for you? I don't think there is at the moment. It can only be said that he may have a certain recognition for you if you know each other. He might think that you're a decent person. It's such a state, but if he wants to date you, if you guys were distant before, there's definitely no talk of romance, but what about future development? What is a fully positive second destiny? What's the advantage? I think he's not averse to you, not disgusted. I'm still willing to get to know you better. If you're willing to be more proactive, or in other words, if you feel this person is not bad and you want to get along well with him, I think he is very willing to accept it, but he is not very quick entering someone's heart, so you also need to be mentally prepared. This might be a long battle and it needs to develop slowly. Then there might be a bit of hesitation and balancing between each other, but the process from unrequited love to drawing closer to each other requires such a process. You need to transition. If you want to further explore your future development, could it be your true destiny? Only then can you accelerate the emotional process. You can directly enter the fan group to find the teacher for further detailed information on your personal situation.